many, but have the power and ability to raise it from the dust of the here. Come. Good. Now confess.
Confess? What are you talking about?
All denial, clarify evidence of guilt.
Guilt?
Reasonable confusion by the whites. When you know if you're saying
reasonable collusion by the whites. Reasonable collusion with the whites. Mbuko na makosa unapokea. Ndio. So lazima iwe threat. Particular threat. Sawa. Toka kwa it begins to work. Someone by my silent will, and here she is. What a ways they got down. Come closer. The sins are many, but have the power to raise it out of your dust and activity to here. Come. Good. Now confess.
Confess? What are you talking about?
All denial, glaring evidence of guilt.
Guilt?
Reasonable confusion by the whites. Collusion by the whites. On the night of the ascension to here.
No.
Tell me. Did this hands embrace the foreigner?
Me? Embrace? No.
And don't laugh.
Did
this hands embrace the foreigner?
Me?
Just as he was.
Say that again.
I was a visitor, sir, just as he was. And if becoming a visitor, if talking to the guests, if saying this and this is a sin, then I'm guilty.
Najua hatujai interview a politician na saizi Kenya tuko kwa season ya politics. So najua mlikuwa like, why is Zulekha not doing a political show ama vitu kama hizo? Lakini leo I got you back kwa sababu tuko na an aspiring MCA wa Mahiakalo ward. For those who don't know where Mahiakalo ward is, iko Kakamega County. Kakamega County iko Western region ama sijui ni Western province. It is in Western Kakamega County. Just on your way, ukipita Must, wale wanafunzi wa Must, ukiendelea kuteremka, uko ndo Mahiakalo ward iko. MCA ataenda kutuambia exactly hiyo ward yake iko wapi na mjue mengi kumhusu. So welcome.
Thank you very much, Zuli.
How are you doing?
I'm very fine.
You look good.
Thank you very much.
But that is very young. Hadi mimi nimeshtuka like, oh, he's aspiring to be an MCA, like, how? Okay. So meaning kwa politics hakuna mambo ya umri ati?
Kuna age. Although considering wananchi sasa, according to our constitution nasema ya kwamba as long as you are 18 years and above. So hata ukipata ID, kama ungepata ID pengine January na uvai as an MCA or an MP, bora uko na degree, unapata tu unaendelea hivyo.
Bora uko above 18.
Bora uko above 18.
Mind zako ziko sawa, you're good to go.
Sober mind uko tu sawa.
Okay, so can you tell us who you are and what do you do?
I'm Charles Darwin Juma. I'm just a business person. I did business management in school, and right now what I'm doing as a job, I'm doing a theater, film, and also I'm investing in some kind of businesses like hotel and restaurants, alafu pia butchery. Hiyo ndio biashara nimekuwa nikifanya vile.
Ukisema Charles Darwin nakumbuka history. Charles Darwin alikuwa wale wazee wa kitambo missionaries.
Charles Darwin ati missionary.
Ama alikuwa anaitwa nani?
Okay, Charles Darwin alikuwa he was a scientist. Yeah. Ali invent the evolution theory. I think maybe in school people are studying three kinds of origin of human. Yeah. We are having religious, we are having the what we call the geological one, which was invented by Darwin. And that is the coming from the species itself, that is from apes. That is now the evolution theory. And the third one ni ingine, unajua kila mtu anakuanga na yake. Utapata Kikuyu suko kwa masi yao, Wajaluo tuko na yetu, Waluya tuko na yetu. So unapata from that kind of but Charles Darwin invent the evolution theory to be
my goodness, mimi yake singekumbuka hadi invent nini, lakini nakumbuka nilisoma nikiwa shule.
Unajua after that Charles Darwin alikuja akasema aliomba msamaha. for going against the religion, because going and looking at apes saying that after some time there was a revolution, you're moving from one stage to another. He came and said that he's very sorry for misleading humans. So mimi pia siamini sana Kenya alifanya, now that I'm a Christian myself.
Mimi siwezi kumbuka kwa sababu nilikuwa nasoma nipite mtihani nisiambie oh tulikupeleka shule then this is the grade yenye unaweza leta hivyo. Mimi siwezi kumbuka lakini niliaipitia. So ndio fikiria kuingia into politics. Unaweza sema ni lineage ya familia yenu ama ni kwa sababu unaitwa jina ya someone who is known? What inspired you exactly to be in politics?
Politics is an animal.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. It's an animal, it's a bacteria, it's a virus. By the way, virus. When it comes into you, whatever you do, you'll find yourself still treating the same disease every now and then. So personally, I went to Mahiakalo primary school and I was one of the first student government back in the days, which came with our Kakamega that time. So I started politics from there. I was the speaker of Nzoia region, the whole region. At that age, nilikuwa bado mdogo. I was in class 8 back then. Nilikuwa elected by other schools, not by my school, because ilikuwa students from other school, they come, listen to you, they see the ideas you have, then they elect you. So I went also to Nairobi to State House, and that progress continued. So when I went to high school, I realized that I have good communication skills. I'm a good public speaker. I can talk to teachers, I can talk to students, and students were respecting me in a way. So nikasema, I want to vie for a post. So that was back in Matioli Boys. I was at Matioli Boys High School. And everyone was telling me to go for school presidency. But I was not interested in presidency. Because Matioli hiyo time haikuwa ishai participate kwa drama. Wanafunzi wako wanaenda out in any way. So I said I want to be the club's captain. And I promised my fellow students that nikinipea club's captain, hata kama ni kufukuza principal, tutamfukuza lakini bora tuendelee.
Inciter.
Yeah, I was a very good inciter by the way. Yeah. So I went for the post. I wrote a letter to my deputy, Mr. Simiu, and I was amongst the people who were nominated by the staff. You know, walimu hiyo time walikuwa na nominate, then you go to the main voting process. So I went to the voting day, keeping in mind your time nikikuwa elected as the school nikienda for that post as the school club's captain, nilikuwa nimekaa usually only 2 months. So hizo 2 months people were telling me, oh, unajua ujulikani, they don't know you. I said no, kila mtu ako na strategy yake. Yeah, sure. So my campaign in school nilikuwa nachukua chalk. Then I start from the staff room. Naandika jina yangu. I used to use, nilikuwa napenda kutumia jina yangu ya utani. That was, nilikuwa najiita Amakulukulu. You know, Amakulukulu is a turkey. So nilikuwa in Luya. So nilikuwa natishia wanafunzi wangu bana, me I'm the turkey that if you just cross my line, I turn green. So watu walikuwa wanaona this boy has something in him. So I started campaigning, nilikuwa naandika chalk kwa highway ya shule. Naandika chalk chini, Amakulukulu the second for club's captain. Nikifika hadi dormitory, hadi mahali penye kitanda yangu iko naandika. Kwa blackboard zote my name was there. So I used to campaign very thoroughly that time. And true to the word, when I after I've campaigned, after everything, I was the club's captain of Matioli Boys. Na nili-win election na landslide. So immediately I got into office, I called for a meeting with the administration and the council, because I called my president, I think we should call for a meeting. I went and drafted all the clubs, na nikahakikisha clubs zote zina run, nikahakikisha clubs zote by that time, including something that the school was a Christian school, because it is sponsored by Church of God. But I also made sure that my Muslim friends walikuwa pia na slot as a Muslim fraternity in the school, to make sure that pia hawa wanapata nafasi. So I revived all the clubs. And when I say all the clubs, I mean Baka Debate, Baka Journalism Club, Drama Club. And Drama Club, you know, it's very expensive.
Yeah, sure.
So the principal alikuwa na complain, no, we will not afford. If you cannot afford to bring in a director, I was trained by Clovis Malala. I'm very good in drama. I can write a script and I will train. And trust me, tukiangukia level ya chini sana, tutaangukia counties. So principal akisema wacha tuone. So principal in allow, I took my students to. I was the director, the main actor in the play, script writer, na nikaenda play kawin at the county levels. So the principal was so happy. But by the time your drama club inaanza, I was in form 4. So nikitoka hiyo shule with that effort, principal aliniita back to the school akaniambia, if you are still putting on a school uniform and you made sure that the school has progressed in talents, it means with the civilian cloth you can come and make sure that the school go even higher. So akanipea nafasi, and to date as we are speaking, I'm still the person who is holding on the drama club in Matioli Boys. So from there I saw that I can be a very good leader, and after that my students used to call me MCA. Yeah, so nilikuwa nasikia vizuri sana wakiniita MCA. Like if someone can believe, if you can be the club's captain and someone calls you a bigger post, it means you can go for it. So when I was done with school, I just said jokingly, I think I'll be the next MCA in Mahiakalo ward. So that was it was 4 years to now. Nikasema I think I can be the next MCA of Mahiakalo ward. And everyone was wewe unaongea tu nini. Even my campaigners right now walikuwa nasema ni jokes. So 2020 nika announce my grandpa alikuwa amekufa, amepass, and he was my biggest pillar. And alikuwa ananiadvise, ananiambia fanya hivi. So I went to him. That is before he died. Kenda kwake nikamwambia, babu, I think I can be the next MC of Mahiakalo ward, and I believe I can be one of the greatest leader in Mahiakalo ward. He told me, go for it. As long as you've thought about it, just go for it. So I decided to go for it. He told me he will make sure that he'll bring me hundreds and hundreds of voters. Hakikisha wamenivotia. But to bad luck, he died before that time. Although I came to think about it later on, when I was saying officially that I'm vying, nilisema kwa matanga yake, and there were hundreds and hundreds of people during that funeral. So I saw it is something that I was being prepared for.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So from there, I declared that I'm going to vying. 2021 I said it, and kuna wale watu walikuwa wanataka kuvaa walikuwa na jokes. So in 2022 they saw I'm very serious. Wakaanza kunikujia, unajua wewe bado uko na miaka zingine, bado tunaweza ni support nikusaidie next time. But I thought of my youth. So that has been my journey from where I started from to where I am right now. Yeah, so it has been running like that all that while.
Wewe mwenye unatuwatch, like usiamke tu asubuhi alafu unasema I want to be an MCA, I want to be an MP. Umesikia venye lineage yake ilienda, like hakushtuka tu, amekuwa amekuwa akielekeza wanafunzi wenzake akiwa high school, akiwa primary, mpaka sasa mali amefika, like yenyewe ana deserve kuwa MCA, my friend, kwa sababu mimi sijui kama naweza kuongoza, wewe nitakupotosha, lakini that's so encouraging. Alafu hiyo venye babu alikwambia like atakuletea watu, nika ilikuwa ndoto,
ilikuwa kama ndoto by the way, sikuamini, but now it happened.
Najua wenye opposition, wenye unapingana nao ni older than you, wewe ndio young kwao, ndio. How do you feel?
Okay, one, I feel like I'm moving the youthful generation to another level.
Yeah.
And another thing, I think me vying as the MCA, sitting on the table with my opponents, it makes the youth be represented in the very same table that the older people have been there. So me feel like I'm a representative of the voices that are not heard, of the majority voices, because najua youth pia ni wengi sana. Yeah, so me feel vizuri sana, like, yeah. And recently I was appointed, I was elected by all independent candidates in Kakamega as the organizing secretary of independent candidates in Kakamega. So that position to me is very lucrative, that I feel youths are moving to another level. Me representing them, inafanya we are sharing some glory in government. Yes.
As you all know, like politics, leadership, it's a calling, or it's given. It's a calling, right?
It's a calling, and it's also a gift.
So it's a calling and also a gift. Kuna MC wengine washikwa Mahiakalo. How can you be sure like wewe because you're a young man or a young youth utaingia kwa hiyo kit and you do something different yenye MC yule mwenye alikuwa hakufanya? How can you believe in you?
Okay, the reason you can believe in me is one, Mahiakalo has been having counselors since time ya Moi, time ya Kibaki, na mpaka tukakuwa na our first MC in Mahiakalo was His Excellency Honorable Cleophas Malala. So Honorable Cleophas Malala, when he was being elected as the MC of Mahiakalo Ward, he was only 23 years. No, sorry, 27 years. So that was back in 2013. Honorable Cleophas Malala was a youthful person. And what he did in this ward, my fellow Wananchi back in Mahiakalo can testify that Cleo opened up all roads that we're having in Mahiakalo right now. Cleophas Malala made sure that he's supporting drama in Mahiakalo Primary School and other schools here in Mahiakalo ward. Honorable Cleophas Malala started with football tournaments, and right now he's hosting the biggest Super League in Kenya. So you are seeing youths who have political interest, they are moving to other levels with different skills. You know, we say you can't teach an old dog new skills. So easy. Okay, I'm not Shakum Simatusi. I'm not saying that sasa our leaders wenzangu wao wazee ati ni umbwa mzee, hapana. Lakini kusema ukweli, they don't know the trends. They are still living in that imagination of the Moi regime, of the Kibaki regime. But where we are heading to a place where if you find a kid with a smartphone, you are saying in a new technology. But to them, kwa wanaona mtoto ameharibika. Are you seeing the way I'm looking at things? So we need a new generation kind of politics, and it cannot be brought by someone who was ruled by Kibaki, by someone who was ruled by Moi. Unaona? Lazima tujue KEMSA iliibiwa aje. How can we stop that kind of thievery? Unaona? How wataangalia ile wizi ilikuwa time ya Moi, ile wizi ndogo ndogo. But right now we want a leader who can focus on stopping corruption on a large scale, not just corruption ndogo ndogo. Yeah.
Mahiakalo, most of people wenye wako pia ni students wa Masinde Muliro. Manifesto zako pia kuna mahali ina favor those students from most wenye wanaishi in Mahiakalo kwa sababu cases za kuliwa, insecurities zimekuwa reported sana around where students live. Kwa manifesto zako kuna kitu inadili na students who live in this world.
Kwanza kabla niseme lazima niseme comrades power.
Power.
So you know, if there is the hardest part of education, it is the campus life. But your teachers in school will tell you it is the sweetest. Just to give you hope that whatever you are, the kind of suffering you are having right now as a student, kama uko primary, kama uko high school, ni mapito tu, uko mbele kuna mtano. But in campus it's very, very tough. It's tough in a way that you're not close to your father, you're not close to your mother, you're not even close to any of your relatives, mostly. So the only person who can save you is the institution that you're having and the kind of leader that you're having around the institution. So if you're not having someone who can think, someone who favors, someone who knows what being a comrade means, hawezi kuwa na kitu kama hiyo. That's why someone like me, mahali penye ninaishi kuna zile nyumba za hostels. Hizi nyumba hazina maji. Completely. When I say hakuna maji namaanisha unapata comrade anaamka asubuhi kwenda mtoni, ndiye atoke huko akuje aende class. You're looking at that kind of things. The school cannot help in any way because it is the duty of the leader, not of the school. No. So, what I was thinking about that, we are having new trends in energy. Tuko na kitu kama solar panels. Nowadays you can drill boreholes na tuweke solar panels zenye zita pump your maji. So we are having 4 schools in Mahiakalo. We are having Ichina Primary School, Muyala Primary School, Mahiakalo Primary School, and Nyatizon Primary School. In these 4 schools, they are around Masinde Muliro University because Masinde Muliro University is in my ward. Yeah. So comrades wanaishi karibu hapo. Hii maji tukiipump, tuseme if there is anyone who wants this water, they have to come and purchase a meter. because government haitani allow nipea watu maji free, itaniambia wanunue mita wako wanalipa certain amount. If I can charge 200 shilling per homestay, kuna mtu anaweza shindwa kulipa maji mwezi mzima 200 shilling. That is affordable water that we will only expect the sun iwake. Tataka tujue iwake. Jua isipowaka hata hiyo bora mwangaza tutakuwa nayo itafanya maji kwe pumped. That's all we need. So with that, we can say that we are moving an extra mile of making sure that no a single homestead in Mahiakalo lacks water. Na hiyo tutakuwa tumesave comrades, ndio? The next thing, if there is the darkest place on earth, is Mahiakalo ward. Aki, very true. And anyone in Mahiakalo ward can testify with me. Mahiakalo is Pluto. Ile planet tulikuwa inaita
Uko mwisho.
Uko mwisho kabisa. And Mahiakalo is in town. The security lights that the street lights zenye government imeweka zinafika stadium, Bohungu Stadium is still in my ward, sikatai. But what if huko ndani? Talking of Muyala, talking of Lurhambi, we are having so many students wenye nakutananga nao saa 1 usiku wanatoka class. How safe are they? They cannot, maybe we might not have gang robbers to come and steal from them. But will you be at peace walking in dark hata kama kuna mtu atakuibia?
Hapana,
uoga. Again, we are having very, very fragile kind of people, our beautiful ladies who are in Mahiakalo University. Do they feel secure walking in that darkness? Unaona sasa vitu kama hizo. That's why I decided that to save this situation, nianzishe mradi inaitwa Angaza Mahiakalo campaign. Angaza Mahiakalo campaign is to make sure that after every 50 meter we are having a security light. That itajaribu kupunguza mwangaza, because it will make Mahiakalo be a town. It will make us even have the 24-hour economy that some of the presidential candidates that we are having are promising. Because utaambia mtu 24-hour economy na anauzia kwa giza. Atauzia nani? Ataona vitu anauza. Hakuna. So I thought maybe we can start that project. And I've started it personally. Because ukienda pale Muyala primary kwa kona kulikuwa hapo na wizi sana. Watu walikuwa wanashikiwa hapo wanapigwa nini. I talked with the church yenye ilikuwa hapo, wakaniambia naweza weka hapo taa. Niliweka hapo flat light. And right now, even at 1 a.m, unaweza tembea hapo very safely, knowing that no one is going to accost you, no one is going to attack you, you are very safe. So hiyo Angaza Mahiakalo itatusaidia pia wanafunzi wetu, hata class ikikuwa saa 2 saa 3. They are very safe. Then lastly, on security, my manifesto niko na kitu inaitwa Mahiakalo Security Service, MSS. Mahiakalo Security Service, it is there to make sure that we are having total security with or without the police patrols. So how are we going to make it possible? We are going to employ more than 400. For a start, we are going to employ more than 300. Then before the year ends, that is, kabla hii mwaka ishe, tuko tumeemploy at least 400. Then by the time I'm ending my regime as the MC of Mahiakalo, niko nimeemploy at least 700 youths, old, men and women, wenye watakuwa na work at MSS. So MSS will be creating employment for the people of Mahiakalo, because there is no MCA. You I can say very, na kama kuna MCA anaweza comment kwa YouTube channel or wherever we will see this video, a comment aseme ni wapi ashaisikia MCA employ more than 700 citizens. Haijaifanyika. So given that power, MSS will make sure that I've employed more than 700 people wenye watakuwa as security agents, supervisors, nyumba 10 wakuwe kwa payroll ya MSS. We are having Mahiakalo University here that takes in at least 200 security officers per year. So if you can get that tender, we can get the tender at Quickmart. We can get the tender at all the public and private institutions here in Mahiakalo. We can make sure that our people are employed. Na unajua kitu kingine pia nilikuwa nasema, kama tunasema vijana ndio wezi, mbona tusichukue wezi tuweke sasa hao ndio kwa watchmen?
Hizi
itakuwa imeisha, sio? So MSS itakuwa inawaka sasa, itakuwa ina improve security na pia ina create employment. No MCA can think about that unless yeye ni youthful kama mimi, is very jovial, is someone who thinks, mtu ako na ideologies mingi. Yes. So I think kwa talking of our students and also my people employment, security, my manifesto inafunga kila kitu.
Utashughulika nayo.
Nitashughulika nao kabisa.
So my friend, if you're out there, alafu ulikuwa unafikiria life in campus is that easy, you're lying to yourself. Na ndio nimesikia MC amesema ndio kuwe sawa mahali ulienda kusomea, lazima uchoose a leader. So wanafunzi mko most, it's time for you to choose leaders, not politicians. Mse mwenyewe atashughulikia maslahi ya comrade mahali huko. So guys, Darwin is here for you. Kama umechukulia vote around Mahiakalo, amka hiyo mapema tufanye ile kitu venye nafasi ndio.
Comrades power.
Comrades power. Umesimama na chama gani by the way?
Hivi niko independent.
Uko independent. Juu tuna expect kwa sababu ya young, alafu mavijana wengi wamesema tuko hiyo roots party nini. So tuenda takuwa Darwin ako na Wajakoya au nini?
Unajua Wajakoya, I didn't think of him. He's someone who is having ideas. Although kuna mahali penye anafika na exaggerate kidogo, but ni mtu ako na ideas zinazotusaidia. But mimi niliamua independent. Na nime struggle sana to be an independent leader. It has really cost me a fortune. That's why hakuna leader yoyote, MC yoyote hapa Mahiakalo anza kuja mbele yangu, wameogopa wote wezi kuja mbele yangu aniambie ati Darwin tuachie. Reason ya mimi kuachia ni gani? Mimi nimeenda Nairobi, nimetafuta certificate. Nimetafuta 900 photocopies za ID, walking from one door to another. Then you come and tell
it's
me.
That tiresome by the way.
Being an independent candidate, it is 10 times harder than being in a party.
I thought that you know maybe easy.
It's tough. And mimi inasema kwa YouTube channel that anytime Zulekha nakwambia anytime nitataka kuvai, I will never be an independent candidate. Never. It was very tough and it is still very tough. One, I'm just having well-wishers, families. I rank you so much for helping me. Again, being an independent candidate, mimi nimelala prison by the way. I was in prison for a week. A whole week.
Why?
Just political. It was family-based political. So ile pia watu wa nyumbani kidogo ile wanajaribu kupiga vita. Yeah, someone said I assaulted her, kampiga, sijui nini.
Yeah.
So you see how politics is hard.
Oh, people are bad.
And I was in prison, maybe I can now say, now that umekuja kama nishatoka prison, I can give this message to the people out there. And youth in prison told me to say something. Waliniambia niwaambie maisha si rahisi. 90% or let me say 50% of the youths when wako ndani, they are very innocent. They are very innocent. And they told me to tell you guys out there, we struggle as youths so that we make sure that no youth suffers when we are there. Na waliniambia pia niwaambie ukisikia youth ameshikwa, be the first person kwenda police station, hakikisha agenda kotini. They told me that.
Prisoners washakupepea task yao.
Wameniambia
Darwin mtu wa watu. Hadi prisoners wameamua kumtuma. My friend, sijui unafanya nini ukikosa kuamka asubuhi ndio iko kijana kwa kitendo na ukini unafanya huko hivyo nje.
Hebu waambie.
Hadi prisoners wameamua like Darwin is the man. Huyu ataenda kutupigania venye inafaa.
Kabisa. So really that's how it was. It has not been easy being an independent candidate. I have really tried. Kwa jicho, niseme jicho, kwa meno, kwa mfupa, kwa damu, upanga kwa upanga nimejaribu. And I can tell you I'm restricted. I don't walk past 7 p.m. I don't wake up before 7 a.m. because of my safety. No. I don't eat everywhere. Hata nikitaka kwenda kwa hoteli, siwezi enda kwa hoteli because I have to send something. Yeah, there was a time nilikula kitu hapo Lurhambi. But though ilikuwa back in December 2021 and it was food poisoning. Ilikuwa food poisoning. Ile tu kukula tu 11 was vijana wanapenda kutembea mpura. It was food poisoning. And the funniest thing is that person sijaimuona after that day.
What?
Yeah, you can imagine.
Alikuwa ametumwa.
Yeah, but I never told anyone that because ingeanza ku create political tension.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So unaona being an independent candidate ina cost sana. Na when we were starting this political period, vijana wengi walikuwa wamejitokeza. But you can see even Bahati who expect akona pesa ni za campaign pia anahangaishwa.
Imagine.
Unaona? So vijana they don't want to see us progress. Bado wazee wanataka kushikilia hizi viti. So kijana ndiye anaweza saidia kijana. Na nikiongea pengine kwa ile lugha ya home, ile lugha ya mtaani pale kwa vijana. Kijana uko hapo nje, wewe unaombanga kijana mwenzako nyumba. Unaelewa nasema hivyo, si ndio? Wewe unaweza kuomba mzee nyumba, atakupea? Haiwezi. So ni kijana tu anaweza saidia kijana. Pengine hiyo ni kitu, that is the most simpler language I can use. Because you know, mimi nikipita, I will focus on the people who have grown up with.
Sure.
How is the life going to be in the next 1 year, 2 years? Unaona? I will focus on these old men because they are our parents.
Yeah.
I will be going to them for advice. So ndio wanipea advice, lazima nihakikisha pia wako salama, si ndio? Mama mboga mwenye ako pale, pengine mimi nitakuwa niko na msichana mrembo atakuwa kwa nyumba. Yeye pia atakwenda kununua mboga kwa mama. Ndio mama muuzie mboga, si nitahakikisha mama ako salama.
Sure.
So unaangalia pia vitu na perspective kama hiyo. Lakini hawa wazee ndio hao tu wenye wanaenda kwa supermarket, Chandarana, wananunua huko mboga, mama mboga akupromote. Unaona?
Yeah.
Sasa ni vitu kama hizo tunaangalia. Sisemi wazee ni wabaya, lakini pia watu wachie.
Lakini alisema no pain no gain. So hadi hapo inapitia lazima italeta gain.
Italeta gain.
What can you say about youth na leadership? Saizi Kenya, youth and leadership iko sawa ama where do you see youth in future wakiwa kwa politics?
Any youth that wants to vie, I would advise, I will never vote for a youth mwenye ako less than wacha niseme ako less than 30 years as a governor. Hiyo tutakuwa tunadanganya.
You are how old?
Okay, nakwanga nimeweka age yangu, nakwanga nimeificha.
Umeficha kwa nini bangi?
Nimeficha age yangu vibaya sana.
Unataka ku reveal?
I don't think it's better to reveal. But right now I can say I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest MCA.
But I'm not less than 20 and I'm not older than 24.
You're above 18.
I'm above 18.
Yeah.
So mjue tu hiyo in the meantime. Tukishamaliza hii siasa nitawaambia, mtajua baadaye. Because pia niko na aim. Unajua nikianza kuongea itakuwa tena political. Watu wataanza kuweka
mtoto mdogo nini mkubwa.
So nimetaka kuachia hapo. Yeah, so you are asking me about youth in politics.
Yeah.
Na nikasema youth kuna zile post tunaweza anzia. But a youth does not deserve to be a governor. When I'm talking of a youth, I'm talking of someone below 30. Mimi nachukuanga youth below 30. No. Because nitasema hivyo sikia mtu anasema leo ni kijana. Hapana. Mimi kwanza sikampeni mtu na sitoi mtu yeyote. But Cleo ni mtu yangu bana. Cleo is a very good friend of mine. He's someone who is having great ideas and I'm praying that he becomes the governor of Kakamega County.
Amen.
Yeah. But in the meantime, youths ni vizuri wakipewa kiti kama MCA. Youth can be MPs. But why are the youth going into politics? That should be our biggest question. Kuna kitu ilitokea ati naingia kwa siasa kuomoka. This thing ukiingia with that perspective utashangaa. There is this youth aliingia na baiskeli kwa bunge. Akapewa gari. Si ndio? Juzi ametusi rais. Ametusi mtukufu rais akisema hata akitaka kuja achukue gari yake. Uliza huyo mtu ako wapi sasa hivi? Watu hata kura yenyewe hatapata hii mwaka. Unaona? So youth sometimes we are arrogant, we are selfish, we are very unkind, we don't want to listen. But if you are really a leader and you want to get to that position as a youth, one, you must listen to people. We must accept correction. We must be able to listen to everyone. Hakuna, unajua huwezi ingia na taasubi ya kiume. Siwezi sikiza Zulekha, sijui nini. No. Hauwezi prosper as a leader. Sorry. So youth inafaa to focus on a post like MCA and MP as a stepping stone. Then tukifanyia wananchi kazi, waone tunaweza, let them give us the higher seat.
Yeah, sure.
Tusonge to the higher seat with the reference to what we did. Sio tuanzie presidency, sijui governor, sijui ni tafadhali youth wenzangu bana. Hizo vitu zingine wacha tuachie watu wamekuwa kwa leadership wanaelewa. Yeah.
Thank you very much for accepting to be interviewed by Zulekha. At least my youths hapo hivyo nje tumesikia mawantu za Darwin. So mwamke mmesikia manifesto zake zinafeva nyinyi wenye mko Mahiakalo. Wanafunzi wa most comrades power, amkeni mweke Darwin kwa hiyo kiti, wafanyie ile kitu, security itakuwa safi. Ukitoka class 7 at least you'll have a safer place mkitembea, mama mboga pia ataweza kuinuliwa na nini ya Darwin, ndio?
Kabisa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much too.
Tunangoja sasa tuku interview kama uko kwa hiyo kiti and tell us ushukuru sasa watu wa Mahiakalo.
Kabisa. Mahiakalo, I want to thank you so much for being with me, for standing with me, for all of those who supported me time nilikuwa nimeshikwa, wakati yote nimekuwa na shida wakinisumbua huku na huku kwa siasa. Thank you for supporting me. And I want to promise you all my manifestos will be put in place because watu wananisaidia kwa manifesto. Kama ni electricity, niko na electrical engineer mwenye anashughulikia, maji niko na water engineer anashughulikia, talents niko na wale vijana wenye wamekuwa into talents, and pia the story na barabara I have my uncle mwenye alikuwa ananipea advice. So I will make sure that kitu tunafanya as a ward na to make sure that kila kitu inaendelea salama. So I want to thank all of you. Until next time, na kura bana, hii kura tupe kijana. Kijana yenu nguvu mpya.
Kabisa. Plug your social media handle pages.
You can get me on Facebook at MCA Darwin C Juma. You can get me on Twitter at Darwin C Juma. You can also get me on Instagram at Charles Darwin Juma. Thank you, nawapenda sana.
Thank you very much. Till we meet next time. Bye bye.